those who came before us, who made us who we are today. A legacy of warriors. Everything you need is already inside of you.
He also finds a purpose in fighting, he finds his way. It's something that you can actually relate to this aspect.
100%. And Wu was the one who took him in. He took him, he found him on the streets in Romania when he was a little kid, took him in and, started to train him. And I can see parallels here with my own life, because Ben Wu is the father figure for Razor Fist, and my own father, is my biggest inspiration in my own life as well. And, my father also started to train me as an early age. So that was really easy for me to connect to.
One of the things that made me think it's the message that you have to choose your own path. No matter what your parents have choose for you, you have to stand for your right when you think that it's, maybe you don't agree with them or one of them. And so I'm curious to know how much was important for you to portray also this aspect, and if you experienced something like that when you decided to become an actor in your life.
I mean, I definitely experienced that when I decided to become an actor and told my parents, and to their credit, I think it wasn't that they didn't approve or anything like that. I think it was just that they were confused and shocked, and had I had invested so much of my life into a different track and a different path, and that was accounting and finance. It was very, very different. That was what I went to school for, but I'd always loved the magic of movies. I always wanted to be a part of the movie industry, and when I finally got a little shot, back in 2012, I had to take it, and I've loved every minute of it ever since. So it's been wonderful seeing my parents share in that joy. And, I think the movie is about finding your own path, but I also think it's about loving the parts, loving your parents and understanding that even though you might not agree with them, that you also have love for them regardless. And that's something that I've learned as well with my mom and dad and all the arguments that we've had and everything. It's just so great to always come back to a place of love at the end of the day.
That's a great question. I actually am very lucky to have had parents who were very okay with me doing anything that I wanted in life. I grew up in Hawaii, and there wasn't a lot of pressure to become something specific. So when I eventually had the guts to admit that I wanted to be a filmmaker, they just let me do whatever. But I also co-wrote this movie with Dave Callahan, who is a Chinese American writer, and there clearly is a very Asian American experience of having parents who want you to do something specific. And typically it falls into categories like doctor or lawyer or accountant. And so there is a moment in everyone's life when we have to start making choices for ourselves, and that definitely is a part of Shang-Chi growing up in this movie.
Oh, wow. I mean, I think there are a lot of different kind of conflicts that are going on in this movie. Like exactly, I love the way you just put it, but I think one of them is definitely negotiating identities, right? Of not only our past, but of our worlds that we're in. I think as an Asian American, I really related to both Katie and kind of the larger journey that Shang-Chi goes on, just because it does explore real themes that I think a lot of people will feel.
I mean, this is a story that everyone can relate to. And I mean, for me, it's my mom's an actor. My dad used to be a stage designer, so I've never had a doubt to be an actor, and they're so supportive. But I know it's very important to just like my character, she's such a tough woman, and she knows how to stand her ground and find her voice and use it, yes, I think everyone can relate to it.